Hello all, Dan from Droneblog.com here. Today's video will discuss what vertical mode is on the DJI Air 3, as well as serve as a step-by-step guide showing how to enable and use vertical mode. Feel free to use the chapters to skip to the areas of the walkthrough that pertain to you. So the question is, what is vertical shooting? Well, for those unaware, vertical shooting, or shooting in portrait mode, is simply turning a camera tall-wise instead of lengthwise for a shot. Now, for most landscape photographers, shooting images in horizontal orientation, otherwise known as landscape mode, is most common. Generally, portrait photographers shoot their subjects oftentimes in portrait mode, and landscape photographers in landscape mode. Now, drones, due to their wide-angle lenses, up until recently, have pretty much fallen into the landscape crowd, horizontally oriented photos and videos. Now, with the popularity of social media sites like TikTok and Instagram, vertical content is now quite commonplace, with every industry imaginable using vertical content, from real estate to major brand giants. So what is one of the benefits of actually shooting vertically? Well, when pictures and videos are shot as vertical content and posted, viewers don't have to rotate their phones to get the best view like they would if they were posted as horizontal content. Now, briefly, we're going to look at the Mini 3 Pro and the Mini 4 Pro. The Mini 3 Pro, it reintroduced vertical content to the hobby. The Mini 4 Pro, as the successor, has kept this going. Now, like the original 2016 Mavic Pro, the Mini Pro line has cameras that physically rotate 90 degrees. That means that there's no tricky software processing going on to produce vertical-like content. Now, at the press of the C2 button on the back of the DJI RC or RC2, or a double press of the FN button on the RC-N1 or RC-N2, you can activate the portrait landscape mode switch. Now, this will change the Mini Pro's camera orientation vertically or horizontally and vice versa. Now, once the content has been captured, it can be uploaded as is to any social media site in the correct orientation. Or you can choose to edit it first and then upload it. So just like a DSLR or mirrorless camera, shooting this way on the Mini Pro line retains the resolution of the photos because the entire sensor on the camera is being used and displayed. Now, to get this effect when shooting horizontally on a non-vertical shooting camera or drone, the sides of the image are cropped or cut off in editing software. After which, the image is in the correct ratio for posting. There, though, a bit of the image is lost due to getting cropped out. Now, when shooting vertically, the Air 3 is different than the Mini Pro series. So let's get this one thing out of the way. Vertical shooting on the Air 3 only applies to videos and not photos. It cannot shoot vertical photos. Now, with that out of the way, unlike the Mini Pro line, the DJI Air 3's dual camera system does not physically rotate 90 degrees vertically. So how does it get vertical video? Well, everything is actually done within the Air 3. This means that you don't have to go into DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, or Adobe Premiere, choose an aspect ratio, designate the crop area, and set up keyframes or sequencing. When shooting video vertically, the Air 3 automatically places darker areas along the outside of the screen, showing what content in the middle of the screen will be recorded. Now, while this is in no way true vertical shooting, it does help, one, line up the subject with the vertical shooting areas, and two, it alleviates the need to do any work in post to properly post the content on social media as vertical content. Once you filmed your video footage, it's ready for you to upload immediately if you choose to. Now we'll talk about how to shoot vertical videos. When shooting the vertical videos, there are only two resolutions that can be used. These are in the 9:16 aspect ratio, being 1080p in 2.7K. 4K is not available in the vertical shooting mode. Now the good news is that there is a broad range of frames per second represented in both the 1080p and 2.7K resolutions, these being 24, 25, 30, 48, 50, and 60 frames per second. Now the process of shooting vertical videos is quite simple. With the Air 3 on and in live view in the DJI Fly app, change your mode from photo to video if it's already in photo mode. If in video mode, then that can be left as is. Now the next step, whether you're in Pro mode or Auto, on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, press the resolution to enter the resolution settings. Next, change from the current non-9:16 ratio resolution to either 1080p 9:16 or 2.7K 9:16. Choosing either 1080p or 2.7K resolution with the 9:16 ratio will change the video to vertical mode. On screen, you'll see your vertical shooting area between two slightly opaque and darkened bars. Now, the last step is to proceed to film as you normally would with any other aspect ratio, just remembering to hit the record button. Now, as a side note, you can also be in the 70mm camera and shoot either 1080p or 2.7K vertical video with no issues whatsoever. Well, that's all for this video. If you have specific questions about this or our other videos, we'd love for you to join us at dronepilots.com. For more tutorials and reviews, head to droneblog.com.